So these are the directions for making a Himmeli. For this project, we make 5 of this unit and then attach them all together to get a star. For each unit, you need 4 straws. The first step is to cut each of these straws in half. So you can take a ruler, mark it and cut it, or if you're living dangerously, you can eyeball it. If you choose to eyeball it, you just want to make sure that they're pretty close to the same size, so just trim. And then on all the remaining ones, make sure those are the same size as well. Okay, so you've cut 1 straw. Now cut all 4 straws in half. When you've done that, you're going to put 4 of those, I guess I should. You're going to put 4 halves aside. So here I have 4. I'm going to set those aside. You need those that length. The remaining ones, you're going to cut into quarters. So you're going to cut in half and in half again. And the same as before, you want them pretty close to the same size. These aren't exact, but that's close enough. So you should end up with 4 halves and 8 quarters. And that's how many you need for each unit of the star. Now to demonstrate, I'm going to use colored straws because having different colors makes it easier to follow which pieces I'm working on. I have my plastic needle and I have about a 5-foot piece of string just to have a little extra. So the first thing I'm going to do is put on 1 short piece. I'm going to pull it all the way to the end, but not leaving a length that's several inches. Then I'm going to choose 2 long pieces. You may have to push your needle down to get it through your straw. So long, short one, and then a long one and a long one. Okay, now if you look here, I have 1 short and then 2 longs, a blue and a red. I'm going to pull this snug to make a triangle. Right, and when I have it fairly snug, I'm going to tie it. Just a regular square knot, or any kind of knot that will stay. So that's a square knot is right over left, and now pull it snug so that they're all touching. And then left over right. Now you're going to leave this tail because it'll be useful later. So this is an isosceles triangle, or sometimes I call it a cone. And if it were an ice cream cone, we'd want to put some ice cream on. So the next thing I'm going to do is take 2 short ones. 1, 2. And now I have an equilateral triangle. All 3 sides are the same length. And again, I'm going to pull it snug. Now to tie a knot in this corner, you might want to get a little closer. See how the blue and yellow have that string between them? I'm going to take my needle and go underneath it. What I'm trying to do is have this blue, this yellow, and this red all touch each other. So I'm pulling it until it touches. But that's not quite a knot, right? So I pull it through one more time. The first time you do it so that you get it snug, because otherwise your knot will sometimes get too far away. So I have it snug. See that loop? I'm going to catch that loop. If you ever have done hand sewing, it's basically like a knot at the end like that. And then I'm going to pull. So now I have an isosceles triangle, the cone, and an equilateral triangle, the ice cream. The next thing I want to do is build the next triangle. So I'm going to take a short one. And a long one. I only have to add 2 pieces to make this triangle because the third piece is the blue. So my second triangle is short orange, long yellow, long blue. And once again, I'm gonna tie it. I want to make it so that these 3 are together. So I'm gonna slip my needle underneath the string, holding the red and blue together, and pull it all the way through so that I get it nice and snug. And then I'm going to do it a second time and catch the loop to make the knot. There's my loop. Go back through and pull. So now I have 2 triangles and 3 long pieces are used. So I need to get back up there. So I'm going to add, my 4th long piece. So I'm going to put the purple on. Pull it all the way through. But I need it to connect over here because I have to be making triangles. So I need a short piece. Once again, I want this triangle to be closed. Long yellow, long purple, short blue. So I'm going to do what I've done before. Slide my needle under that connecting string and pull it snug. And now do it once more so that I can catch the loop and make a knot. I'm going to pull. There's my loop. Go through it and make it snug. All right, so now I have these 3, only one of that. So I need to put ice cream on this cone too. So I'm going to take this red short one and add this blue short one. Now, in our class last Saturday, some people noticed that this kind of looks like a fox's face. So to close the fox's ear, I'm going to do the same thing I've done before. I'm going to catch my needle underneath that and go back around so that I can catch this loop and pull it snug. I keep putting my hands on top of the straws and I know that makes it hard to see them, but you need to hold it still while you pull. So now I have 3 of these and 2 of these. Well, in order to get it to close, I need something that will connect this to that. So I'm going to put my short one on, my last short one. And now, in order to get it to close, I'm going to take that tail you left before and this and bring them together. When they're together and crossed, I'm going to tie a knot. You see, I brought the purple over, so I have long purple, short purple, red is my 4th triangle. And now I'm going to tie a knot so that it stays connected. And once again, we're just going to leave that tail alone. Now, in order to get the top, I need these 2 flaps, see them, to close. Well, in order for that to happen, I need to have a string coming out of the top. So I send my needle back up. In this case, I'm going up the green. Whoop, caught my tail. Okay. I'm going up this green one and I'm going to bring these 2 together. So I'm bringing the 2 short reds and the green and the blue to the top. Oops. And now I need to tie a knot by sticking my needle under one side, pulling it snug. And now do it again so you can catch the knot and make it tight. Okay, and that is your first unit. Now, this in itself is a Himmeli. You don't have to have multiple units to make it a Himmeli. So if this is all you want to do, that's awesome. However, if you want to connect them to make a star, here's what you need. Actually, we'll use this. So wherever you have a longer piece, and I happen to have a longer piece out the top, the way to connect them, you might think, oh, I just tie them all together at the middle. And you could do that, but they won't necessarily stay where you want them. The best way to connect them is by choosing these side pieces. So I made an all purple one so you could see really clearly what side piece I'm talking about. So what I want to be able to do is run a string that connects those together. In order to do that, because I have a longer string here, I'm going to send my string back down this short red one so that I can stick it in. So it's coming out of the red. I'm going to stick it into the yellow on the other one and pull it through. And yes, the other one is tied with a blue string, so that it would be a little clearer. So, but I'm ignoring that. So now I have it, came down the red, goes over to the yellow, along the yellow, and I want to send it through the other yellow, right? Because I want these two short yellow pieces to be very snug next to each other. So now you can see the string goes there, down there, and then across. And now I'm going to pull that so that they're next to each other. Now I'm going to tie a knot. If you have a tail from the other one, like this happens to, you can tie these two together, or you can do what we've been doing all along, which is to slip your needle underneath and pull it snug, and then do it a second time and catch the loop to make a knot. All right, now I have two pieces that are connected to each other. In the project that we were looking at on Saturday, we're connecting 5 of them, and I'm going to use these brown ones to show you. 5 of them like that to make a star.
Can you put that flat on the table?
Yep. So I would connect 5 of them to make a star. It's loose because they're obviously not connected. The cool thing though is if you wanted to do a different shape, you can swing these. These 2 are tied at the top, but you can also connect them in this way. Now I'm going to need a lot more to get all the way around if I do a sunshine. But that's what I love about Himmeli's, that there's lots of different combinations and ways you can do it. I hope you have fun.